Hello and welcome to this playthrough of Factorio, where I am building a megabase on Earth. I am using a mod, Cities of Earth, focusing on the Old World Hemisphere. My goal is to reach 10,000 science per minute with a rail-based design. The resources are set to maximum size and density, and biters and pollution are turned off. The mod list is shown in the description, as well as a link to my Twitch channel, High Speed. Please come visit me there. Questions and comments are welcome. Thank you for watching. Yes, it is clearly just about a car. All right, I can see again. All right, this is where 242s are going to go. They aren't going to reach, so it's going to cause problems if I try and stuff a 242 here to unload it. Okay, so we're going to keep this, although we're a little farther away now. I ended up not getting any connections to that, which is disappointing. We did get connections here, and we got a connection here, but this did not connect for some reason. It wanted to. But it won't. Hi, kitty. Why would you not connect here? Because you've got 1, 2, 3 connections, and it's not 5. You've only got 1, 2. All right, well, we'll see what happens. So, back on this. If this is where the large power poles are going to go, well, I've now broken this. Well, that's kind of sucky too, but okay, fine. All right, so we're not going up this way. What if we were here? All right, well, we're clearly not going there either. Now, if we extend all this out one, would it get us a power pole line that would not be conflicting? No, because if we moved all of it over 1, it would end up lining up here, which is still hitting those curves. If we move it 2, it would end up here. Which would hit both of those. If we move it here, it would hit all four. If we move it here, we might start to get clear. So the first place that we have to get clear is this, which is a significant, yeah, that doesn't even come close. I've got one that's definitely in the way. I could make some adjustments to the placement of the stacker in order to be able to, like move it away too. But we're talking, I'd have to extend this straight part a crap ton. Now, if I could pull it to the right one, that would solve that. And let me just go right here. I just don't think that belongs there. If I move the whole thing back over this way, which would eliminate the possibility of putting a RoboPort here, wouldn't it? No, it wouldn't. Oh, but if I move that over there, these are now way too short, I think. And I'm going to have other problems with my stacker. That is nice, though. Being able to go power poles all the way down the outside. Because you have to go there. Wish you could just click on one of these to grab them. Now, my stacker is probably very broken now. I'm sizing up where these things are. So that's not quite going to cut it. There's not going to be enough room for 2 stacks there. I love Credence. Such good music. So I know that won't work. If that nose was there, oh, that fits. It's the stack. The other one doesn't fit too. So in some cases, like this one, I need 2 stacks. And I will not be able to fit them 2 in there. So let's try this again. I tore it out, but I'll do it. I'll build it again. So I'm going to build this fully, put a train in front of it, and see how close it manipulates. So that's the blocker train. This is a sample train that we're going to see where it needs to be. So we're going to put like one of these like right here at the very edge of it, which is where I really want it to be. But I've got to get it some fuel. So that I can move it backwards and forwards. Make sure I'm not getting too far in the weeds on this. Am I losing track of what I'm trying to do? So this train still fits here. I think I'm going to end up having to add, I'm going to end up having to shift all of this stacking up one and make room for a second, leave room below it for a second stacker on this design. Yeah, that was the wrong choice. Okay, so if you were told to go here, you will stop right there, and then you will not have a locomotive on the end, as you should. And you'll fit within this, and that's the big deal. Because the next place I could put a signal is way up there. So as long as you fit within this space, I'm okay with that. Now, on the other side of it, I am 99% certain that if we pretend that this is vertical, pretend that this is the vertical thing, right? This is that part of it. So I'd be better off building it over here if I can. Good. I don't want to put it here. Sorry. So if I build that there, and then I grab this train, and I put it same as before. Put a blocker train up front. Put this train behind it. Get it some fuel. Get that some power. Now you don't reach. One, two. Gotta wait for that to be built. Put another one here, and then put this on the end of it. And then I will move this as far forward as the game will let me once the train is built. All right, so now you would be told to move up there, and that is as far as you can go. And that means that your next is right here. Now, if your next is right there, and then I go and I look at this and I say, how likely is it that I can fit a 383 here? Oh, I can. Okay. Okay, let's do that then. So first off, we can put this stopper right on the straight, and that has to go right in the angle. So that goes for a nice clean lineup. And then these can all just stay here because that's right on that edge. Good. I'm still tempted to shove that up, but All right. So that experiment is resolved. This is green circuits adjusted so that hang on. Jasper, big boy. I bet you he's 200 pounds. He stands well on the scale, though. Well behaved. Because normally he's not. Normally he's a very... just sticking his face right in the camera. What a good goat. So this is green circuits adjusted so that I can have power poles on either side. One other open question is whether, I know a 3.8 won't fit here, but will a 2.4 builder fit here? Still, yes. Hi, kitty cat. I'll take a break in about half an hour. So that's good. That's a new layout. So this is the green circuit I had a little while ago. And the change I've made basically is I shoved it down one. I made it one longer, which I don't know why I did that, to give me a little bit of space between this and this power pole, but I don't know that I needed it. But still, I have it. I don't know that it matters. It's a little bit wider, or more narrow rather. Considerably more narrow. So that I can fit that power pole in that gap. I think I'm okay with that. This was 1.1 rail. Still the same monorail. Of course, now I'm debating how many of these power poles I want to put in here. Because I don't need them. I don't need any of them. They don't actually contribute at all. But now I need to change these templates. Yo, yo. Hi, Mustache. So I take this and I temporarily slap it right here. And then I do a bunch of deletions so that it looks more like this. And the reason I'm doing it this way is so that I can get these power poles so that these roboports get charged and I can use them. All right, because this gives me an avenue for this thing to be self-built. Yeah, I need those roboports. And I need these power poles. Of course, the fact that you didn't connect here is bothersome. Because I really kind of want you to connect there. Because that's important. Good. Now you're there without any data cables. No Wi-Fi to trip over. We don't want that connection. I don't even want this connection, do I? Are you powered by that? Who's powering you? I think it's you. Really? Jackasses. objects. Okay, so this is essentially the replacement for this. I think I'm good with that. This is a dual loader. Hi. New content. This. No landfill. We're good. I want that on there. But now we have to take and do the same thing for a standard loader. So let's see where things line up and where they don't, and what we can do about it. So first off, that's going to go there. All this goes away. Starting here, what we're looking for is places where it's green that we need to fix. So in this design, we're only allowing for 4 unloaders. In this one, it's 4 unloaders plus a possible 5th. Of course, that 5th is so rare that I don't really want to take up all this extra space for it. I kind of want to tuck in tight like this. So I'm tempted to just keep this. Although, this seems wrong. I know why I did it that way. Yeah, I kind of had to. I was in a box, in a bit of a bind. So they barely overlap, and these heavily overlap. Because you've only got you only do 3 in order to not have to undo all of that. Hmm. I'll tell you what, we'll do blue here and see how it works out. And that looks just fine. The only thing I gotta do is tag. I gotta move all this. Yeah. This is good. So this replaces that, and I am good with that. All right, I got one more of those I gotta do, and that is for refining, which is a different layout almost entirely. Refining, well, refining did this. Refining wasn't supposed to do that. I got no way to fix that, I don't think. I gotta fix that somehow. So this is what refining looks like today. Good. I got that captured. That's blue circuits. That's an old copper cable. All right, I seem to have lost it in the buffer. Let's go get it again. So we'll start by placing this. Thing of it is with this, uh, I am not focused on UPS. I'm focused on 10,000 signs per minute, which is 12 rocket silos. So that's where my focus is. If I can make it happen. Oh, usually more. How's things? This thing's a massive thing. Starting with the fuel, it's this. And oh, sorry to hear that. So these are going to be 3 unloaders or 3 loaders. And if they are 3 loaders, then I want them to stack like this. And then these have to change because we're going to have 3 unloaders and 3 loaders. And then this is going to be a stop here. No, it can't be because it's going to be 3 different things, and I can't have like the pet gas train come here and stop. So this has to be one huge block. So I can't have this here either. You're preventing a collision there. Don't really want to put this here. Don't really have the room for it. I think I'll do that repeatedly here for this, just for the consistency. That's good. Don't want it there. I don't care about it there. I care about it here, here, and here. Because it's just before a collision. Okay, so that satisfies the rails for the refinery. Then I need to bring up the refining. Mary brought a duck into the goat cage and is trying to get it to weigh itself by standing on the scale, and that's just not happening, but it is adorable. I think this is okay. And I don't think these change, so I can just copy these. And I don't like the top part, so I will delete the roboports. Or maybe I won't. Yeah, because the roboports don't align. But that's okay. Yeah, that clears it. That's acceptable. You're connected. All right, you're connected. You've got a connection. You've got a connection, but you don't have a connection. I need this connection right here. It's a red wire connection that I need to get that out there. There we go. And then this is a red wire connection as well. And that gets a red wire connection out to the edge and down to the bottom, depending on where I want to go with it. I can't go down to the bottom because these are too wide. In order for me to shift these over one so that this would fit. 2 minutes, kitty cat. I'll take a break in 2 minutes and give you a treat. But if to shove it over one, I would get this behavior, which I am not interested in. Look at this garbage. Wires connecting everywhere. Although it would be interesting to shove it over 1 or 2. If you move 2 that way and you move 2 that way. Yeah. I would save that entire thing. But how would that mess up this stuff? Is this even viable with that moved over 1 or 2? And what the hell am I doing, man? That was my exterminator voice. So I've moved that over 3. Yeah, these are off by a little bit. Right? Right. I'm going to do this just so I have some reference points. I want to be careful that I'm not selecting all of that. We don't care about that. So our most difficult one to do is going to be this type of one. This is a big shift, but we no longer need to have these pumps here. So we can make adjustments, like this can go here. This obviously can't go there. If you were to go here, it would go like that. Now, who's coming from where is the question. So if we're looking at this one, yellow is going closest to the pole, and red is going not closest to the pole. And then oil is closest to the pole. So this is oil. Oil. That's an option with oil and water over there. I might not persist that, but I might. There's more oil and water. In this case, the water just goes straight, but in this case, it does not. So here, I must bend the water right away. Which leads me to think that I should be bending the oil right away on these others. Or the what? Yeah. Yeah. I can't have that consistency there. Because that's on the inside and that's on the outside, and I can't. Yeah, so I'm not going to be able to be consistent there. But I need to take a break. I'll be back in about an hour. I'm hungry.